Hey toy fans, I'm D21 Beast and welcome back to my figure review series here on my YouTube channel. And today we are once again taking a look at those Heroes in a Half Shell. That's right, this time we have Shredder from the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy line from 2012 by Playmates. Now this particular Shredder is actually the second one that was released. The first Shredder had some fewer accessories than this Shredder came with, and we'll get to those as we get to the accessories part of this video. But this is basically Playmates' chance to redo the Shredder figure the way they wanted to the first time, and I think they did a great job. So let's get started by taking a look at the box here. As you come down to the front of the box, what you're going to see is that familiar Ninja Turtles logo. You'll see the green and purple packaging, and then that blister bubble there that does house Shredder and show his accessories. And on the right hand side there you do have an image of all the turtles from the show, and the box ends with his name there at the bottom. Flipping the box around now, what we can see is as you come down the back of the box here, we do have that Ninja Turtle logo once again. We do have a bio for Shredder. Pause now to go ahead and read that. And as we come to the bottom of the box here, you'll see all the figures that were available as of Series 2 of this toy line. Alright toy fans, well that's the box. Let's say we get Shredder out and see what he's all about. Okay, here we have Shredder out of the box, and this guy is menacing. I'm a huge fan of the way that Playmates has chosen to do the spikes on the shoulders, the forearms, and the legs here. I know they're show accurate, but they've really just kind of made him big and bulky, and really just made this guy look really terrorizing. So, very, very happy with how they've gone there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the paintwork on this Shredder figure. Now to start with here, his helmet does come off, and inside we do see this scarred face, as well as his regular unscarred side of his face. And if you've watched the show, you'll know exactly what that's all about. I don't want to say too much here to spoil the show, but it's nice to see that they've given Shredder that look. And as we come down here, he does have painted scales on his chest. Now, unfortunately on my Shredder, his scales here are a little bit chipped as far as paint is concerned, and that's fresh out of the box. This guy was not played with, so I'm a little disappointed that that wasn't more clean. But, you know, maybe it's a one-off, and maybe it's just something you need to watch out for when you're picking up Shredder at the store. He's also got a flat plastic flesh tone here on his shoulders. He's got a brown tone on his arms from the middle of the arm down on each side. And he has the same brown tone here on his waist and on his legs. And then a flat gray here for the blades on his ankles and on his arms and on his shoulder pads. So a lot of flat tones, but that's okay. They've got enough different colors on the figure that I feel like he still kind of pops. And as far as sculpting is concerned, I do appreciate that the scales have been sculpted. I like that the metalwork here on the belt has been sculpted. If we look at the cape back here, it's really great to have this flowing cape with these holes in it. I mean, a lot of great touches went into this figure, so I'm happy with the paint and the sculpting all around. Moving on to accessories now for this Shredder, we can see that Series 2 Shredder doesn't appear to have as many accessories as Series 1. The Series 1 Shredder came with some extra weapons, like a sword and a throwing star. But this Shredder, Series 2 Shredder, actually has different accessories. The first one to talk about is his helmet. This Shredder's helmet is actually removable, which is a fantastic touch. It's really great to be able to pull this helmet on and off and see Orokusaki's face, or just have the masked menacing Shredder. And the helmet is pretty easy to put on the head here. You just go ahead and slip it on, and Shredder's actually able to see through the helmet pretty nicely there. I don't know if it's coming through on my camera or not, but it's a great way to look at that Shredder figure. Also, the other accessory this Shredder has is a removable cape. The original Series 1 Shredder did not have a removable cape, but Series 2 does. And it just plugs in through a peg there on the cape into his back, and then these neck pieces just kind of slip in under the shoulder pads. So it completes the look of Shredder really nicely. And while we're at it, why don't we go ahead and touch on articulation. This Shredder's head does rotate 360 degrees. He does have some flexible shoulder pieces here, so his arm can move up that far and down that far. Now his arm would turn 360 degrees, but it is kind of hindered by the shoulder pad there, so you kind of have to work around it. And he has no additional articulation through the rest of the arm. Now my Shredder does have a separate hand piece, but his hands on either side are actually stuck in that position that they're in right now. So I'm going to assume those hands aren't meant to articulate. Shredder has a waist articulation here that does turn 360 degrees. He has a hinge here at the hip that allows his leg to move forward that far and back that far pretty nicely. His leg does move out from the body that far and come in just like that. He also has a single jointed knee where his leg can move back that far and it moves forward that far. There is no actual ankle articulation on this Shredder figure. So a pretty decent range of motion for this figure, especially when we consider how little articulation Splinter had. I'm happy with how this Shredder figure moves. Taking a look at the height now, this Shredder figure does have a height that comes in at about 5.5 inches. And here we have 2012 Nickelodeon Shredder versus his 2003 animated series counterpart. And here we have Shredder compared to the 2014 Marvel Legends Infinite series Wolverine. And hold on to your seat, fanboys, wouldn't that be a crossover? Especially since both these guys have ties to Japan. Alright toy fans, well that's my review of the 2012 Series 1 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder figure from Playmates and Nickelodeon. And overall, I'm very happy with this figure. I think the attention to detail on this guy is really nice. I really appreciate all the extra parts they've stuck on him to add those blades. I like the cape, I like the removable helmet. He's a really fun figure, and he's definitely a figure you want to get if you're going to pose him at all by himself, or even with the other Ninja Turtles in the line. They really just go great together, and of course the Turtles have to have their main nemesis. So definitely rush out and pick up this figure if you can still find him. We are moving into Series 3 and 4 now of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy line, so this guy may be hard to find, but there's probably going to be some newer Shredders coming along. Who knows if they'll look like the animated series version, but this one is getting harder to track down. I had to check a few retailers myself before I ran into this guy, so keep that in mind if you're out there trying to find him. Thank you for watching my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to rate, share, and subscribe. Also, be sure to hit me up on Twitter at D21Beast. I'd love to talk to you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.